Hey guys, this is Epster, and today we're going to go over the new iPad that Apple released. Alright guys, so this is the new iPad that Apple released today. It's got a ton of new features, and this is going to be a quick overview of some of the new features. So you can see here, this is the new iPad, and they're just scrolling through some of the stuff it can do. And that screen is going to be the main point of this, I feel. It now has that Retina display, which is a 2K screen by definition, so it just looks absolutely amazing. So you can see here, Retina display, 5 megapixel iSight camera, iLife and iWork are now on this. You can now use iPhoto on your iPod, or I'm sorry, on your iPhone and iPad. And now there is 4G LTE from Verizon or AT&T. But we know how AT&T is with that stuff. So let's check out some of the features. So like I said, this is a Retina display, and here's a little animation so you can just compare between the iPad 2 and the new iPad. So you can see here how they're zooming in a little bit through this animation, and the iPad 2 text, when you zoom in, gets pixelated and the quality degrades and gets grainy, stuff like that. But with the 2K screen or the Retina display of the new iPad, this just looks absolutely stunning. It's pretty amazing on how many pixels they can fit in a screen now. All right, so moving on. Here's a quick comparison between a 1080 HD TV versus a 2K iPad, and you can see you get a lot more picture actually. I don't know the actual percent, but that is a lot. That's 3.1 million pixels in the same 9.7-inch space. You can see right there. If I can actually highlight the right thing. Astounding 3.1 million pixels in the same 9.7-inch space. And that resolution is 2048 by 1536, which is a ton more pictures than your TV has. Actually, it's about 1 million more, but you know. And they have a quick video here about going over their new display and the A5X for quad-core graphics and quad-core computing on your iPad. And I expect we'll see that processor in the iPhone coming up pretty soon. So quad-core iPhone probably coming up next. So you can get quad-core graphics processing on this instead of the previous generation, which was obviously not quad core. I think it was, I don't remember if it was single core or dual core. I didn't really pay attention to the iPad 2. But you still get 10 hours of battery life even or even with using a quad core processor, which is pretty amazing. Especially with that new display, they have to keep drawing all those more pixels, and to get 10 hours off that battery is pretty impressive. So instant on, because it's an LED lit screen. So the 5 megapixel camera, that is not too close to the 8 megapixel rear camera of the iPhone 4S, but that is the forward facing camera. So the iSight camera is 5 megapixels here, and you can record in full 1080p HD. And this is a 2.4 f2.4 aperture, so you can actually get higher contrast ratios. Your pictures are going to look sharper, depending on the optics, I guess. And another main feature is the 4G LTE. This is the first Apple device that I'm aware of. Yeah, I think first Apple device to actually be able to use 4G LTE. I expect that we'll see this in the new iPad, or I'm sorry, iPhone 4 or iPhone 5, whatever it is, coming up in the future. This should be this summer, actually, June or July. WWDC, the Developers Conference. We should see the new iPhone 5 or iPhone 4, whatever they're going to call it. And now you can use your iPad, excuse me, you can use your iPad as a personal hotspot without jailbreaking it, without downloading any other applications. I said applications, weird. So now if you have 3G or 4G LTE on your iPad, but you don't have it on your MacBook, or can't get service on your iPhone for some reason, you can now share that from your iPad to whatever device you want. And here they're talking about the 4G LTE. This network, I have a feeling, is just going to be amazing. A lot of phones are using it now, and they're getting amazing download speeds and amazing upload speeds. So, combined with the iPhoto application now, combined with iMovie on the iPad and iPhone, sharing and uploading your pictures, your videos, uh, iSight or not iSight, what's it called? You can use it with messages to do FaceTime. There we go, FaceTime. It's just going to look a lot better because there's going to be a lot more bandwidth to actually transmit the data instead of 3G or Wi-Fi, I guess. Wi-Fi obviously is ideal, but 4G LTE is going to be, depending on what Wi-Fi you have, it's going to be even faster, even though the latency might be a little higher. They did put dictation into this. So there is no Siri. You can't say like Siri, find me a restaurant, but you can dictate an email or messages. So they put a bit of Siri in there, the voice recognition part, but not the actual searching function. So that is kind of different. The iPad smart cover, same as the last one. Let's see what else. Okay, so with AirPlay, you can stream high definition content to your HD TV if you have the Apple TV. This makes it amazingly easy to watch feature films or YouTube videos or whatever you want to do. It makes it a lot easier to watch instead of on a 9.7 inch, or instead of your watching it on your small iPad screen, which isn't really that small. You can watch it on a 60 inch, 70 inch, whatever size TV you have. You can watch it on that. So it makes it a lot easier to watch movies. All right, so now let's go over some of the tech specs. This is pretty much the same form factor as all of the other ones. 7.31 inches wide and 9.50 inches tall. You can see the FaceTime camera right there and your rear eyesight camera. Sleep on off buttons still the same. There's your silence button or your screen rotation lock, and then there's your volume up and down, same as all the other iPads. Pretty much same thing as all of the other iPads, just the different internals. So you can see here the Retina display, 9.7-inch LED backlit glossy widescreen multi-touch display with IPS technology. I already talked about the 2048 by 1536 pixel resolution at 264 pixels per inch, which is incredibly high. The fingerprint resistant technology, which somehow always manages to get not as effective. Quad core performance with the Apple A5X chip, Wi-Fi 802.11 G and N with Bluetooth 4.0. Same carriers, AT&T and Verizon. And then let's quickly talk about the operating system. So this is iOS 5.1 being released pretty soon. Alright, so we have hundreds of amazing features, as always. Newsstand messages with iMessage, which you can download the beta of that for your Mac on the Apple website. Notification center, safe and secured by design because this uses Unix. Built-in parental controls, ready for business, accessibility built in, so if you need to zoom in or if you need to invert the colors like that, stuff like that. And also it is in a ton of languages, and by a ton I mean 50. So, well, 30, but 50. Between 30 and 50. If you have a positive or negative response, I would love to hear it. So if you liked this, that's great. If you didn't like it, tell me what I did wrong, because then I can fix it and make my other videos and newer videos better. Alright, see you guys later.